everyone, welcome back to Anu Talk Show. If the thought of raising your prices makes your stomach drop, makes you feel anxious and you are sweating already, this episode is for you because I don't think most women of color coaches struggle with the pricing. I think they struggle with what pricing, with what raising your prices means. So, the moment you are thinking about increasing the prices of your coaching offer, all kinds of thoughts are coming, right? Like, what if nobody buys? What if my audience cannot afford it? What if people think I am greedy because I'm charging high ticket for my community? What if I am not worth that much? This is a big one. This is a big one I deal with every single day inside Leverage 20 that I coach my clients through in order to see what they are actually making it mean about themselves, about their business, about their offer when it comes to raising their prices. And before you know it, you have talked yourself out of charging what you really want to charge, what the offer is valuable. So, today in this episode, I want to help you to shift the way you think about pricing, shift the way you think about raising your rates when it comes to running this business as a woman of color coach. Because your ability to charge more has very little to do with the number itself. Write this down. Your ability to charge more has very little to do with the number itself and everything to do with how you see the value. Everything has to do with how you're seeing the value. Many women of color coaches were taught to work hard for money from kindergarten. I remember the days where my parents taught me work hard for money. Always. Since I started my entrepreneurship, even being a coach for the first few years, I was working so hard for money. Work harder, give more, prove yourself. Prove yourself over and over and over again. Earn your place, whether it was in school, whether it was in a workplace, whether it was when it comes to being a coach and earning my place in this industry. And then also on top of that, like the cherry on the top of the cake, be grateful for what you are getting. Oh yeah, you got $100 client, be grateful for that. I'm not saying be ungrateful, but you will understand what I mean when I continue with this episode. So when you start a coaching business, those beliefs often follow you. It is following you right now because now you start to believe if I charge more, I need to give more. I need to give more of my time. I need to give more of my energy. If I charge more, I need to work more. Or maybe I need to work on the weekends. If I charge more, I need to be available 24/7 for the client. I mean, they paid for me like $5,000, $10,000 for my one-on-one coaching. So if they are asking a question, I need to immediately answer it, right? You start to believe if I charge more, I need to have another certification. You help your clients to get the results, you transform lives, but you keep pricing your offer based on the effort instead of the outcome that your clients are getting by working with you. You are pricing your offer right now based on the effort you are putting in instead of the outcome your offer is getting the client. And the shift we want to talk to you about today that changed everything for me and the clients I've worked with, hundreds of clients I've worked with, and the clients I'm working with right now in Leverage 20 is people are not buying for your time. Please write this down on a sticky note. People are not buying for your time. They are paying you. They are buying your high ticket offer, even your membership, okay? It doesn't matter what the offer type is. They are paying for the result. They are paying for the shortcut. They are paying to get the result in a fast way, right? They are paying for the years it took you to learn what you know right now. And they are paying for the mistakes they don't want to make right now because you already did that. And now you are teaching to avoid these mistakes. So they are paying for the confidence that comes from having guidance, having a coach on the side, having support, having accountability, having someone who had the close proximity to the problem, who solved that, and that is why they are paying you, because they don't want to make that mistake and keep trying to get the results that you already have, and you have a proven process that you can walk them through in order to get that. Think about it. Nobody hires a coach because they want more Zoom calls, because they want someone in their back pocket and they can message the coach 24/7. Nobody is saying, I really hope this coach gives me more homework. Nobody wants homework. Come on, guys. Like, we are not in high school anymore, right? People invest because they want result, they want fast result, they want the problem being solved right now, they want the transformation they had for so many years, for months, and they couldn't get it. So the value is not in the hours, the value is in the outcome. And when you think about the cost of staying where you are, right, when you continue to undercharge, when you continue to not learn how to communicate the value of your offer, how to communicate the outcome, right, you think as a woman of color coach expert that you are just losing money. You're not just losing money. Money is a small portion that you are losing. And you know what? You can make more money tomorrow. But you are creating pressure. Now you need more clients. Now you need more sales calls. Now you need to increase the conversion in order to close the sales call. You need more content. You need more delivery systems. You need more work. So you end up being trapped in a cycle where you are constantly busy, but you never feel satisfied with the money in the bank account, right? And eventually the resentment starts to creep in because you are working hard for little money. You're delivering the results for little money, right? Your pricing currently isn't reflecting what you are creating, the transformation you are creating with the client, right? And your pricing isn't reflecting the true value of your offer. And that is not sustainable. And one hard lesson I have learned is that when you are not pricing your offer accordingly to the value, the client will never buy. Think about it. If you go to Louis Vuitton and you see a $50 bag, you won't buy it. You will always question the value. You will question, why is that so cheap? You are not thinking, oh my God, it's so cheap, let me take it. You think, the first thought that you are having is this actually fake? And when you are presenting yourself as that high ticket premium coach in the industry, and you are offering where you are changing people's life in a massive way, and the offer is only $300, the people will still give you money objection. People won't find a way to pay you because they are thinking something is wrong with your coaching, something is wrong here. So you think by charging less that you are doing a favor for your clients, but actually you are not doing a favor, because now that one client is going away from the sales call and they are investing in someone else's offer. That happened to me. I was literally discounting on a sales call for a client with the hope that this client will actually sign up, but ended up in a program that was, I think that was 10x more than what I have charged. I thought that if I charge less, I'm doing a favor for my client, but actually I wasn't doing a favor. I was actually I was positioning myself as this cheap coach, and no one wanted to work with a cheap coach. So instead of asking, would I pay for this? Ask, what is this transformation worth? What is the chain reaction because I'm getting the first outcome? If your client solves this problem, right, what will change? Go deep. Not only like, let's say you're a business coach and you are helping someone to make 100K. Yeah, 100K is beautiful, but you are not really seeing what you're doing as a business coach. You have to think about the client, and you have to think, what is really changing here? Like, what opportunities are opening up for the client? What stresses are disappearing because they are now getting the 100K? What confidence do they gain because they are starting to work with you? What income do they create because of you, right? Because the working relationship with you. What time do they save because now they know how to actually get fast results? What is becoming possible for them outside of the business as well? Because that is what they are buying. They are not only buying the systems and the strategies to get the 100K, they are way more buying into what you are bringing to the table. And unless you don't see that as the coach, you cannot communicate that to your audience. The number one thing when it comes to increasing your price, raising your rates, and going from $1,000 to $5,000, $5,000 to $10,000 is literally learning how to communicate the value of your offer over and over and over and over again. And in order to do that, you have to know your offer like no one else, and you have to know and do research and do market research and look into data what chain reaction have been created because of being in your offer, because of getting the transformation with your offer, with your coaching. So the coaches who are growing so fast aren't necessarily smart or more talented or whatever. They are the ones who stop apologizing for the value they create. They actually don't think about, oh my God, I have been growing up with a poor money mindset. Oh my God, I cannot charge so much. Oh my God, my community will hate me, right? They are the ones who are stopping to price from fear, because all of that belief, that is fear holding you back, holding you down, not actually helping you to create the value and the impact you want to create. The ones who are growing so fast, the coaches, they are stopping, or they stop making decisions based on scarcity. They get the coaching, yeah, maybe behind the doors they have a lot of scarcity, but they still do it. They still collect the data, and they continue to do that. So you have to make decisions based on the transformation, based on the value you are giving to your clients. And you have to see that for yourself first. So when you have been thinking about raising your prices, okay, I want you to remember this. Your offer is not worth less because someone says no on a call. Getting rejection is super normal when it comes to being a business owner, and you have to learn. You have to learn to live with that, right? You have to learn to live with that. That it is okay to get a no. And some people say that eventually you will never get a no, and I think that is the biggest BS someone can tell you. You will always get a no, but you will be less scared about it. You will be less emotional about it. You will get a no, but then you will continue with the next lead, with the next client, with the next sale. So your offer is not worth less because someone is saying no to the offer. The value, or your value, is not determined by another person's budget. Charging more does not make you greedy in the community. It doesn't mean that, you have to help everyone and anyone in this world. It allows you to serve at a higher level, and it allows you to build a very profitable and sustainable business, and you will create the impact you are truly capable of making in this world. So the question I want you to ask yourself is not, can I charge more? The real question here is, as a woman of color, is like, how much longer am I willing to stay stuck charging less than the value I provide? That's the true question here. So when you are ready to build a business that is profitable and sustainable moving forward in 2026, and you really want to have a business that supports you, that supports the impact you want to leave, and also make the income, then DM me on Instagram ready so we can talk about that, how that business can look like for you as a woman of color, coach, and expert. Thank you so much for joining today in this episode. I wish you a wonderful day and I talk to you soon. Bye.